What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
UFC Fight Night, Magomedsharipov versus Calvin Kattar from Moscow, Russia, just happened this past Saturday. Pretty decent card. I didn't watch the prelims of this card, just watched the main card, but there's still 6 fights on the main card, so still a good night of fights. Started off a little boring, got to admit. The light heavyweight fight, Shamil Gamzatov versus Kilsden Abreu. It ended up going to a split decision, but kind of a boring fight. But then, got a little bit better. Rocco Martin versus Amiv went to a decision, but at least it was a little bit. It was a unanimous decision, more of a one-sided fight, but I thought it was more entertaining. Then Ed Herman comes in, fighting for. He's the old guy now in the light heavyweight division, against a kid, Kadis Imov. Man, I'm not good at saying Russian names, so you're gonna have to forgive that. But anyway, Ed Herman just dominated the shit out of the fight. A ton of lower leg kicks, just grinding. He's got like an old school kind of a Randy Couture style, like grinding, get you on the cage. He's really good at throwing those knees. He's throwing tons of knees up against the cage from the clinch, while just grinding, getting this kid just tired. Landing all kinds of damage, but wasn't able to finish it. But it was a unanimous decision either way. I thought it should have been. It was one of the rounds. I guess one of the judges gave one of the rounds to the other kid, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty. I thought there should have been some 10-8 rounds, but still fun win for Ed Herman. Probably not going to be fighting much longer. I can't imagine him putting in too many more fights. But he's still going, still had a good win. Got through it. Then Danny Roberts versus Zamil Imadev was a fun fight, just a fun back and forth fight. And during one of their slug outs, Roberts' hot sauce just spiced him up and knocked him out. It was kind of a crazy, just in the flurry, landing a shot and just putting the guy out. But it was a fun fight up until then. And Roberts, good win for him. Hopefully he gets on a run. Then the co-main event, Alexander Volkov versus Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy, the dirtiest fighter in, I don't watch other organizations, but for sure the dirtiest fighter I have ever seen in the UFC. Not since the dude, but that was even the rules back then when the dude was punching the other dude in the nuts. It was like UFC 3 or something like that. But that was part of the rules. Now there's rules. There's been rules for a long time. It's a professional organization. He's on a main card. But this dude, he's dirty as hell, right? Illegal knees. He's doing his inhaler between rounds. He's fucking poking his fingers in people's eyes like crazy. If Volkov fought this fight any other way, like it was the perfect game plan, just pieced up Greg Hardy the entire time, and Hardy tried continuously throughout this fight to poke him in the eye, like kind of just swiping his fingers, literally doing the thing that the new rule, and I don't know if the new rules are in effect in Moscow, Russia, but even if they are in a place where it's illegal to advance your hand forward with your fingers out, like that should be a point taken. Usually points aren't taken till at least a couple eye pokes. Like not even once that, not even landing, this should be points taken. This points taken. Like, I don't know if they need a card so they don't have to stop action, but points need to be taken. Just follow the fucking rules, ref. points taken. And then, yeah, if points taken and he lands an eye poke, like you land an eye poke, you see in the thing, oh, it's an eye poke. The dude's like, oh, my eye just got poked. The ref's like, oh, I saw you poke him in the eye. You should, if everybody's like, oh, just an eye poke just happened. If we're all like on agreement that an eye poke just happened inside the ring, the person that poked the guy in the eye should have a point taken. Just automatically point taken. But that's Greg Hardy's new thing. If Volkov at all tried to go for takedowns or fight inside, he was fighting from the outside the whole time, for sure would have gotten his eyes fucking just destroyed by Greg Hardy. But Greg Hardy, at least he fought. He didn't end up landing any of the eye pokes. And it was a clean fight despite him pretty much just getting pieced up. Like, he's clearly not at the level of a top 5 UFC fighter. And just I'm would prefer. I'm sure he's going to get better. Like, if he just stops being dirty as fuck in his fights, and not only being dirty as fuck, but also being the kind of guy who's an asshole, but then his way to get out of like being an asshole on a regular basis to be like, play stupid, like, oh, I didn't know. It's like, motherfucker, you're getting paid professional money to do this thing because NFL didn't want you. So maybe learn the rules. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't know the rules. Like, playing stupid and like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that. It's like, for sure you knew you were breaking the rules when you used your inhaler. You wanted to cheat. You had your fucking your defense already lined up while you were cheating. Like, you know what you're doing. Don't, like, I see through it. Other people have to see through it. And it's just I hate people like that. I hate people like that so much because they cause damage and then they act like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know I couldn't do that. Shut up. You're professional. How much money are you getting paid? Learn some shit. Either you're really fucking stupid, in which case that's just dangerous for your stupidity, or most likely it's just something you've done your entire life to get away with shit. And people are too scared to call you out on your just like transparent bullshit. But thankfully Greg Hardy lost. And then the main event, which should have been a 5-round fight, but it was only 3 rounds. Zabit versus Calvin Kattar. Great fight. Kattar had his moments, but Zabit gets the win. Fun fights overall. Started off a bit rocky, but ended up all right. I mean, the Greg Hardy fight was pretty uneventful, except for him getting pieced up the whole time, which I was fine with. It's like, good. Here's your medicine, you piece of shit. I'm sure he'll get a number 1 contender fight next, because he fails up somehow. The next fight over in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Before there's a break, thankfully there's going to be a break. This one headlined by Jan Błachowicz versus Jacaré Souza at light heavyweight. We'll see how Souza looks. I have a feeling Błachowicz is going to knock him out. You got Shogun Rua versus Paul Craig. That's an interesting fight. Paul Craig looking better, but not the most. I mean, I don't know. It's could be a good fight because Shogun's also tail end of his career. Charles Oliveira's back versus Jared Gordon. That should be a fun fight. Antonio Arroyo versus Andre Muniz. I don't know that one. But yeah, so should be a fun card. Looking forward to it next week from Sao Paulo, Brazil, November 16th. And then there's a few weeks off, I think. So next week it'll just be a recap and then maybe some other UFC talk. But yeah, that's it for this episode of the Ray Taylor Show. New episodes come out every day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.